My name is Dominique White and I'm based mostly between Essex and Marseille. I'm currently speaking from Florence right now, which is one of my locations where I produce quite a lot. I was very interested in creating new worlds for Blackness, but then I kind of realized in order to get there, because it's always perceived as not being compatible with the present or the current system we have, you'd have to completely destroy the system that we work to. I create haunting, ghost-like shipwrecks that tower over the viewer. I guess I describe it as ghostly because there's this volatile nature to the majority of my work. It's as if you've thrown like a net in the sea and you've captured aspects of a lost society. I always like to say they're like moments in time. I want the viewer to have to try and navigate the space as opposed to the work being put in like a plinth or like a perspex box. You know, I use a lot of kaolin clay and the iron is kind of untreated, so it starts to change color, and obviously like sometimes the mahogany is fractured. There is this sense that the work can still mutate or change, or, you know, when I make a hanging work, for example, if you walk around it, it almost breathes. So it doesn't feel like it's a static, dead object. It kind of feels like it's humming or breathing. This is Cinders of the Wreck, which was a show I did earlier this year in France. Kind of like this combination of cast iron where you can kind of see aspects of myself actually. And so this is like the kind of kaolin that I use and a lot of raffia and sisal rope. So you can see how it's very fragile, but also suspended in this moment. There's this term called hydrarchy, which is essentially like gaining power over land via the sea. Without the slave trade and without these points of trade, we wouldn't have the society or capitalism as we have it now, or like ideas of race, ideas of borders. Any of that wouldn't exist without these 250 years of trade, essentially, in which hierarchies were formed. At the same time, like the sea is such a terrifying entity that there's so much unknown about it, and I think that's why I'm so fascinated by it. I'm really excited to be nominated because I never ever thought I'd get to this point in my career to be recognized as such. It feels very surreal and it's like a great privilege.